Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Christian with Voyager Nation, Super Trucker Podcast. Guys, sorry for my delay, man. It's been a busy morning and busy is always good. So I hope everybody else is busy in trucking Thursday morning, getting ready for your weekend load tomorrow. So here we go. Just give me 1 second. Let me get everything up and running. All right, guys. So here we go. So pretty productive day. I actually had orientation back to back, 3 days in a row, which is always a positive thing for both owner operators and ourselves watching guys join the team. So that's always a plus. So just had to put some things in order before jumping on. But like always, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Get this content in front of the right people, which is owner operators to be and current owner operators, especially if you're out there looking for a better opportunity. All right. So what we do here is we compile a bunch of questions by owner operators across our social media platform, and then we answer them right here live, 9 a.m. usually. I'm sorry, not a good look on a to be a little bit late on a trucking show. So do apologize for that, but trucking happens. So here we go. Um, so we'll get that out of the way. Yesterday we had a pretty good conversation with a couple people on the show about that. The low mountain and the lease to purchases and a few programs that are out there. So for those that missed that show yesterday, check them out. Their inventory is a little bit different. Not saying that you use them, but just saying that they do have some pretty good trucks with warranties, bumper to bumper, and all that good stuff with a very low barrier to entry, which means you could probably get started and into one with like 8 grand. So like that's pretty badass. So make sure you pay attention to that. And if you need any kind of details, it is 863-342-5171. Guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and drop the questions in the chat. All right, so we're gonna start off. Stop at the top of the key. A lot of guys are always asking. Remember, new guys join the show all the time, and so here's how we do it. We are, for whatever reason, it's been like the number one question. I know we're only 4 days into September, but it's been the number one question. We are 100% owner operator based company, drive and only. So that is what we do. There are no company trucks here to compete with, guys. The owner operator is the priority and is the main customer. So here we go. So for those who are looking for that type of opportunity, because you're out there right now and you know that company truck is eating before you are, that's not a good place to be. Definitely give us a call. And switch up that scenario. All right. We do provide the trailers. Again, we do drive and work, 23s, 22s, and 21s. So all top of the line equipment. Have a trailer mechanic on site, and the reason we do that is so that those bad boys are always in pristine condition for you to keep your business running. We understand the value of always moving your truck, and the last thing you want to do is have some downtime because of equipment. So just as you're taking care of your trucks, we need to match that, and make sure that everybody out there who leases on with us has a top of the line trailer, which is worry free, and it allows them to focus on business and focus on what's important and delivering without a hiccup. So imagine that. I know there's a lot of guys out there that get rejected. That's the worst, man. To just get rejected at a customer. Just, you did everything right. You got there, you did your part, and then just the trailer's either too old or, they didn't properly maintain it. And now all of a sudden, there's a hole somewhere, some shitty ass patch job that the customer just doesn't feel comfortable with. And now you're rejected. So you don't want to be in that position, for sure. So give us a call at 863-342-5171. We'll be more than happy to help out and fix that for you. All right, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, drop some comments in the chat. What are we working on here? Anybody out there actually right now recently purchasing a truck? What are your experiences? Is Aero Truck Sales or Select Trucks, anybody got good deals out there? What are you seeing? So that's the purpose of the show. We share that kind of content, and we share it amongst each other so other people know exactly where to look. All right. So yep. So another thing, another questions obviously is always about the insurance. That's always a good question, because a lot of places out there are charging you a percentage. So, and then you got to pay on a weekly basis. comes up these, I don't want to say hidden charges, but they necessarily didn't tell you about it. So for us, transparency is king, starting with the rate confirmations, right? We're always going to push forward, email you the original rate con so you see exactly what these customers are paying. You know exactly what time it is. Um, uh, Danny, can you, we got a comment, guys. Can you guys keep a 7-car enclosed busy? Uh, we, I could keep you busy if you park that bad boy and do some drive-in work. We're always here to help out with that, Danny. What we do is drive-in work, my man. So I don't know if you're open to switching up a little bit. We're always here to help. So let me know. All right, so here we go. So it starts with the original rate confirmation. Transparency is everything. You're viewing that, right? So that's what that dispatcher is actually doing for you. So you get to see exactly what these guys are paying. Then it's also your settlement. There's there's one deduction, the $50 a week for the maintenance on the trailer. And we'll jump into that in a minute. But that's really what you're going to be deducted, and whatever you're using in fuel. Now, why that's important is because the insurance is part of the package deal, right? That cargo and liability is built into that 75-25 split. So it's already in there. A lot of other places is they're charging you additional for that, and what's going to happen is, when you're in that type of environment, usually what happens is if you take some week off, let's say you take a couple weeks off to do some, relaxation and get that vacation time in, let's say, usually what these guys are going to be doing is even charging you on that downtime. All right. So one of the nicest features about this is that it's an all-in. It's there. You won't come back to that negative balance, right? We do have also additional perks to that, where there is free parking. We got a drop yard about 2 miles away from corporate right here, and what we do there is we offer free parking for owner operators, truck and trailer. You can stage it there. So when you do go on these extended vacations, boom, you can park that bad boy for free right there, and it's a worry-free situation. So there are many ways to win at this game called trucking. That is what we're here to do: offer things, that perks that really matter and affect the bottom line and are useful, right? So transparency is number one with that. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, put this content in front of other individuals like yourself, or especially if you know somebody looking to buy a truck. I think they're going to find a lot of use of the content that we drop. Have them subscribe. Plenty of content and information there so that they can make educated decisions along their way before they actually jump into it. So here we go, guys. Smash that like button, and make sure you share. All right. So hold up a comment. Nope. All right. So in addition to all that, guys, not only is free parking available to you, one of the features that we like to share is the double down fuel card. So not anybody is doing this type of program. We are the only ones doing this. What you're actually doing is you're getting 2 fuel cards that are active at the same time. We need you to max out on the savings. And so the way that's going to be done is we teach you an orientation, how to download both apps to your phone. And then you're actually going to trip plan on each app and see which fuel station is giving you the fuel savings. I mean, we got guys who save $400 or $500 on a weekly basis, which is major. I mean, that's a truck payment. That's huge to take that money right back from the fuel station right back to your pocket. Guys, you got to pay attention to that. As a matter of fact, even for those guys who aren't believers in that, and you're currently on a fuel card that offers the savings, but it doesn't seem to be the best the best around, so you don't pay too much attention to it. Yeah, I think trucking is a penny business. You have to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Like that's almost like free money to take it right back. One key feature about it, we do push 100% of the fuel savings right to the owner operator, right? So 100% of what's offered in savings is pushed right along to the owner operator. I say it all the time. There are plenty of times where, I'm sitting across someone in orientation and whatnot, and we're downloading the app and they mention they already have it. And then, we just compare numbers and they'll see that ours is actually stronger than the one that they currently have. Same fuel card, same app. It's because we push 100% of that fuel savings right to the owner operator. So they have a tremendous value for it. It's a perfect tool for you to be using. You just have to be able to you just got to be able to jump on that and be consistent with that. All right. So come on, guys. Let me get some comments. Any questions? We're open to answer them. This is the perfect platform to do so. What fuel cards are you using? And actually, to my comment before, is there any other where are guys buying trucks right now? Where do you see the good deals? Are there any incentives like down payment matches and so forth? So please put them up in the comments so we could talk about it and actually share it on this platform so other individuals can get can get some idea where to start looking. All right, because searching for that truck could be a little bit overwhelming. Especially when somebody is, we talked about that buying a used truck and all that good stuff and the miles, something with heavy miles and all of that. Kind of discussed that is not that good of an idea, or it's actually not a good idea to be buying somebody else's headache and thinking that you're going to just repair it and it's going to be all good. So do stay away from that. All right. But let me know in the comments who's done it, who did it work out for, or who actually tried it and it didn't work out. Like, this is the perfect platform to educate those who are who are in the process of doing so right now. And that way they learn through here and not necessarily by losing money. All right. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, share your comments, smash that like button. And for those who are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon. That way you get a notification when when our videos drop. All right. So, all right. Again, and what we all also talk about is a commonality of question is going to be what areas, what lanes do we do, home time, and what does that look like when an owner operator is running for Voyager. So it comes in all shapes and sizes, my people. We will start with what we don't do because that's the easiest way to answer it. Don't touch Cali, so no California. And it's crazy, say it all the time, but we do get people who are watching. We're all the way in Florida, but I do have some Cali people who apply. But we don't touch California. We don't touch Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, so nothing on that island. Other than that, everything is pretty much on the table. So the way the dispatcher is going to work with the owner operator is a customized dispatch. They're really going to move you around based on what the needs are, right? So the most important part is to talk about your goals, line that up, both financial, right, and what kind of home time you're looking at, and make sure that everything is, everybody's got clear expectations as to what's about to happen next. So that conversation has to be had in orientation so that day one, everybody hits the ground running, right? We're going to war right away to make you win. So that's the way we're doing it. And then here you go. You got guys that are home every weekend. You got guys that are out for 2 weeks at a time, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Everybody just runs their business a little bit different. As a matter of fact, I even have some local guys. So we even have that. I've had local guys that, want to be home every night, but I got also local guys that don't come home every night because Florida is a pretty big state and, they're willing to stay out for 2 nights out of the week or something like that. So again, it's all about adapting your business and customizing that dispatch to what the needs are, right? So that's, give us a call, 863-342-5171. Find out how this program could actually work for you. All right. That's that. And as a friendly reminder for my people who are joining on, your medical cards, if you have been renewing your current medical, if you renewed your medical card within the last couple of weeks and whatnot, make sure you are asking for the long form. You want to have a copy of that on you because I've had a couple guys already who the new process of where the clinic has to send it to DOT and then DOT lets MVR lets the motor vehicles know that everything's okay, has not been working properly. And I've had a few guys with pending suspensions and they've had to go in person to resolve that. So don't get caught up. The process, as always, is the punishment for you. You have more to lose than the guy that's working behind that desk and didn't send your medical card and they didn't update it. And yes, it sucks, but it sucks to suck. And you don't want to get caught up and actually, be suspended while you're on the load. And now it's going to be even worse. So guys, pay attention to that. And I'm curious, put in the comments, anybody else, get hurt by that? Anybody else had any issues? Did it go smooth for anybody? I know they were on a 2 week delay on something like that. But again, protect yourself, make sure you have your medical card and the long form with you, just to avoid any major issues. All right, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notified when we drop some of these videos. All right, so what else we got? What's going on out there? Is everybody ready for this for their weekend load, positioning tomorrow to be delivering in the morning and getting unloaded? Come on, guys, let me get that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm push everything along. Good morning. Hey, good morning, David. How you doing? So here we go. People waking up. Good morning, David. So here we go. All right. So even in orientation, guys, another perk is you are responsible here when you lease on with Voyager Nation for your bobtail insurance and your physical damage. So what we do is help you get some quotes, and we that was a major savings for one of our guys that actually joined the team yesterday. So he was here, and was paying a certain amount of money, and at the end of the day, by giving him some quotes and some options, he was able to save some money. So that's what this business is about, right? Usually you don't see any savings on insurance. It's usually just going the other way, but in this case, we were able to save him some money. Remember, what we're actually doing is putting the resources in front of the individual. We were able to get him some quote with different insurance companies, and he chooses the best ones that he's gonna use. Sometimes it requires a down payment, other times it doesn't. It just depends on the individual and what he's looking to do. Yeah, David said, doing okay. I hope you guys are doing okay too. I missed your show a few days, but I'm back. We're glad to see you back, brother. Well, we missed you too, man. Um, Everybody gets busy. That's trucking, man. It gets pretty busy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not an excuse. We just get caught up sometimes, but staying consistent is going to be key. So yeah. Keep up the channel. Yeah, thank you. I like trucking. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It goes a long way. It keeps pushing this channel forward. Just putting information in front of people. I get it. Sometimes the info we drop isn't exactly what people want to hear, but at least it's the truth as far as our experiences have gone. And here we go. And yep, we're here for the long haul every day. All right, look at David. Even when he's sleeping, he dreams of dispatching. All right, brothers, are those nightmares or sweet dreams, man? What's what's up with that? So here we go, man. Like, trucking isn't easy. That's what we always tell everybody. So one of the biggest advices we always give is that do not buy a truck to work less. That is like the worst formula that you can do. You are operating a business, and really what makes that complicated is going to be the new responsibilities that come with that, with owning a truck. And I think that's why it's so important when you actually select the truck, and when what truck you're going to use for your project. So you want to have something that's sound. You want to have something that possibly can have a warranty. At least you got a fighting chance on that, right? Something with maybe 300,000 miles, 3 to 4, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't recommend that million miler, just because like this business is volatile, and that's going to be a money pit. You're just going to drop so much money into something like that. And I get it. There's a lot of people that it has worked out for. But again, if you don't have a lot of money stashed in the back, to actually fund that, it could break you. So guys, be diligent with that. Just make sure that you're picking the right truck. Trucking's an expensive sport, as we always say. All right, so I got David. He say, woke up with anxiety because I dreamed someone canceled my load going home. Then I realized I am home. Oh man. All right, here we go. So we got a question, Tom D. How is the market in general? How do you see it? We were just talking about this yesterday. Actually, if you go on social media, everybody is, it's like doomsday, man. Like everybody has something negative to say, but actually, if you really look at rates and all that, it's getting better. I just think it's kind of slow moving in regards to like, let's say, guys jumping back in the business, although there is an uptick in that. But I feel that the rates are getting stronger, especially when the dispatch team is talking out there and what they're seeing. It is going to be getting a lot better. They say 2020, next year is going to be the uptake of trucking, so that's when we're bouncing back. Who knows? A lot of it is, can we make it that far? A lot of companies are hurting out there, especially what you see on the news. But a lot of it is just shutdown, 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 shutdown after shutdown. But again, it's about discipline. It's about keeping your truck moving and staying alive. So here we go. But we do feel that it is getting better. So you just got to pay attention to the fine print and stay motivated. And again, it's kind of hard sometimes to stay motivated when everything on social media is shitting on something and shitting on the trucking industry and everything that you see going on. English proficiency tests. My guy that did the U-turn, DOT going after that company. It's like everybody highlights all that bad stuff, right? No one's really highlighting the guy that's nice and quiet in the corner, doing his thing and making that money. So it's what you pay attention to. But for sure, Tom, give us a call, 863-342-5171. We're always looking for some quality owner operators to link up with. So if you're seeking an opportunity, for sure, give us a call. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, get this content out there, put it in front of fellow owner operators to be, current owner operators who are looking for a better opportunity. We are here to help. We got plenty of programs that can help you out, and so forth. All right. Yeah, that's true. Bad news gets clicks. Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe that's why I'm not famous or some shit. So I don't know, but here we go. Yeah, Melvin's there. Well, hey, Melvin, good morning. How you doing today, sir? Be safe out there. Yep. One thing is to remember is that the dispatch don't create the load; they choose them from what's available. Yeah, and then that's I think sometimes that's the secret, like the secret formula, right? Just doing this a long time for all those guys that are out there that actually think that just always they think that sometimes just giving back the first load or rejecting the first load that your dispatcher is giving you is actually managing like trucking. They're going to go and find something that's stronger. That may work for somebody who is for an undisciplined dispatcher. But for those guys who are disciplined, I mean, David, chime in if you wish. Like, for those guys who are disciplined, that are actually doing the 30 phone calls, posting your empty truck, doing everything that's necessary to find that load that best fits the puzzle to get to the goal for the entire week. Um, you know that move right there to just kick back the first load without rationalization of, like, let's say, nah, man, I'm not gonna be able to do those miles due to safety, or like a genuine concern, something that's tangible, a real concern. Is just it's not even managing. It's just, in one way, it's a little bit destructive. So we have to be able to trust each other out there, guys. And you actually learn trust or gain trust by actions. We're big believers of that. So a lot of times it's going to be, hey, let us run this week. Let's just let us run this week. Let us make it happen. And we can, let's view by the end of the week where we at financially, because you listen to our advice and all of that. We can make small adjustments here and there, but now there's a tangible to talk about. We have something that we did, um, to in order to fix and create. But we don't want to get stuck in this vicious cycle that all we're doing is planning, just planning all the time, just planning and planning, and no one's executing, no one's delivering shit, no loads are being booked. We're just planning on what ifs and maybes and all that. Kill all that noise. Let's get to work, and let's get some loads under our belt. Let's generate some gross revenue. Let's see where it is, and then we make adjustments, and we're moving in the right direction. So that's what it's all about. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Matthew Avery. What's up, Christian? Hey, how you doing, Matthew? How's everything? Yeah, man. Do I want to hire you back? Yeah, brother. Yeah. Give me a call directly, man. You know the number, 863-342-5171. Just give me a call after the show. Give Emily a call. Everybody's here on standby, brother, man. So yeah, no worries, brother. So here we go. So we got another comment here. There is a petition. They're trying to send it to the president. Have you heard? Now, what's the petition about? Enlighten us. All right, we got a Larry Hoover. What's up? I have the money to buy a truck. Can we go through the application process? If I get approved, I will drop on the truck immediately. Yeah, for sure. Give us a call. Larry, give us a call. We'll drop you the link to apply. Here we go. So Tom D, what's the petition about, man? Share that news. What are they trying to change out there? Is it going to be something good that changes trucking, or what is it? I mean, I hope it's good news. Something to look up. So here we go. So here we go. Larry, also give us a call, brother, man, 863-342-5171. And by the way, Larry, where are you buying this truck from? So, they got good deals going on. $5 a mile for owner, $1 for driver. I'll take that, man. Like $5 for my owner operators. All right, that works. So here we go. Everybody's going to become an owner operator, and then it'll drum the price down to $1. So there you go, government for you. All right, Larry. So if you can comment, man, where you got this, you said that you have the money to buy a truck. Have you started your search? Where have you looked? Where are you from? So let us know in the comments. So here we go. Yeah, it's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. It'll work for like a day or so, and then that's it too, man. Like there's a little bit of everything, right? I mean, I've seen people even go out of business. Some guys will go out of businesses at that rate. Even like pandemic rates, man. We saw people go out of business in the height of it when people should have been hitting the ground running. We touched on that as well, because a lot of the comments, they do mention like, hey, when, what do you do for the slowdown period? What do you do there? I think when you're focusing on like looking for signs of when it's going to slow down, or what do you actually do when it's slow, you're already too late. A lot of it is what you're doing when it's gravy. A lot of it is you're doing when it's time for cherry picking, and when you can do that. So when you're doing that, the idea behind that is, you're putting as much cash into your business as possible. That way, when these things do slow down, or whatever you want to call it, just like any other industry, what you're actually doing is get them out of here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. To repeal ELD's mandate, it's not gonna work. Just think about it, man. There's a lot of tree hugging out there, safety, especially with our guy that did that U-turn and all that. That ain't gonna work. It's unfortunately, there's a lot of social media that's going down. That guy's taking the brunt of it. They are going to make an example of my man right there. In fact, it was in the feeds like after that guy, like, just bad news, guys. How many guys are doing U-turns? Man, I even saw on one of the feeds, a Publix, guy did a freaking U-turn in a Publix truck. So bad day for them. But again, that ain't gonna go. So here we go. Why so slow? All right, so jumping back onto that, I got Michael Benton. All right, Yeah, that's right. So, Michael, what's up, brother man? How you doing? Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Prepare for that famine when it's feast. So the idea is to identify. Sorry, man. Let me get this out of here. So the idea is to identify when it is feast, right? Because a lot of the times when there's plenty of money to be had, sometimes we slow down in those periods. We just think that that's going to last forever. But anybody who's been in trucking, I want to say for anything over 5 years or 4 years, you're gonna know that it's a volatile business, and that's never gonna change. It's just like anything, like price of your house up and down. Um, interest rates up and down, like, so it's supply and demand, all of that good stuff. So you know even going into next year, I'm not saying it's the right thing. I'm just saying it's an impact on the business where I don't actually have the numbers in front of me. Maybe I will by tomorrow. How many people are exiting the business due to the English proficiency test, right there? Now that you're watching capacity leave the industry. So as that happens, as now the price, you have an opportunity for an adjustment. How big, I don't know. Is it anything to write home about? But again, nobody, those are the kind of factors that actually probably move a needle. And when it's in your favor, guys, you have to be out there grinding, getting it, so that you can prepare for those rough days. As a matter of fact, look at all the big boys, like the FedExes of the world. Like, they prep for peak season. That's their money making season, that peak season. And so they prep for that, and then January 1st, they're prepping for it once again. All right, we got Larry in the comments. Lakeland, Florida is where I live. Okay. I was looking to buy from Lone Mountain Truck Leasing. All they have is 2022 Internationals, 300,000 miles. Do you think this will be a reliable first truck? Uh, Hold on a second. To be able to run lanes that you guys have. Yeah, a lot of our guys have actually jumped on that. Um, they've jumped on that exact truck. They are bumper to bumper warranty on those. Those come with virgin tires. So our guys have had pretty much good luck with those. Actually, I think, if I am not mistaken, our guy in the comments earlier, Matthew, actually jumped on a truck from Loma. Not sure if it was an LT though. We just had an individual yesterday start and last week. So pretty good trucks. Nice, clean, low mileage, very reliable. Can't really get any better than that. So yeah, Larry. Our guys have used that plenty of times. You know what we could probably actually do, and I'll put it up in the comments. We Next time a low mountain truck comes through here, we can record it, go over it, so that we can share it on our platform, so everybody kind of gets a nice little review on that bad boy. So once we get the next one, we'll definitely do that and drop that. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, so that hit the bell icon so that you get notified when we drop videos just like that. You got Mike in the comments. Volvo is better. My guy's a Volvo guy, man. He's always been a Volvo. Let me see what the prices on a Volvo is over there. Uh, let's just see. Usually, they don't even have Volvo. They do. They have some Volvos, Mike. 2026 Volvo, new body style. So you're gonna be cruising in style. 13,800 down, 3,200 a month. Man, but maybe that says something, right? There's no used Volvos out there. Maybe it's because people keeping them. Where do all the used Volvos go? Not to Lone Mountain, so I don't know. What's your flavor, Larry? What were you driving? What are you driving currently now? Hey, David, what do you have? You got Volvos, or what's on your fleet? Oh, David got Volvos. Here we go, man. Here we go, guys. Oh, Sam, Peterbilt. All right, looks like Volvo's winning. So Larry, let us know in the comments. What's your preference? Even though what's your concern with these international LTs? All right, so David does have one Freightliner Cascadia that no one wants to drive. Look at that, man. Melvin Cascadia. Mike, what's your second choice? What about this Cascadia? I thought you said you liked that guy, the the Cascadias. Let me see. I don't think Lomond has any of them Cascadias right now. Nah, they don't. But nevertheless, guys, it's always about like how old this truck is, and if you're going to be getting into one, what kind of miles. So, nevertheless, 300,000 miles on something like that bad boy. I mean, you cannot beat that. That's a pretty plenty of meat left on that bone for you to be successful. You know what? That's so important to what you're about to do next. I did have, as I mentioned yesterday, but one individual gave us a call. I mean, he's looking to buy a 98 with a million miles plus, but because it's a cash deal, so much can go wrong that it might be over before it even gets started. So we definitely want to pay attention to that and not get caught up into that equipment is the very thing that is going to put you out of business. So be careful with that out there, guys. All right, all right. So moving back to what areas we cover. Again, no Cali, no Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Mike said number one choice is Volvo. Choice number two is a new Volvo. Oh, so here we go. We got a Volvo guy. All right. So, guys, remember we customize our dispatching based around the owner operator, based on your home time, based on what areas you're going to go to. Again, it's all about planning. It's all about having a goal and hitting those goals. That's the most important part. You do your role. The dedicated dispatcher is definitely going to do their part in order for you to be successful. To learn more about what we can do for you and the details about every single perk we have, it's 863-342-5171. Please smash that like button. Not only that, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notifications when these videos are dropping. I got 10 people on YouTube. Come on, guys, let me get a little bit more likes. There's only 5. Everybody just smash that like button. It helps the content get in front of the right people. All right, we got Sam. Last Volvo lasted till 1.6 million miles without overhaul. There you go. There you go. See, Volvo went that far. So why'd you switch it up to Peterbilt? Why didn't you go back to a Volvo? Eh? Why? So here we go. Looks like Volvo's winning, guys. I don't know. That tends to be the poll. Volvo trucks. But don't let that discourage you, Larry. I mean, that's still a good truck, man. Those LTs, people did well. All right, so guys, in the comments, put them up. David's actually asking, can someone tell them are international trucks as bad as people, paint them out to be? I think those internationals with those Max Force engines, like Max Force engines back in the day, were not good. But no, like David, like for real, we've had a few guys come through, and those bad boys are still kicking. So here you go. What's up, Melvin? What's that? Oh, so Sam, you okay? So you got a deal. It was the truck and trailer. All right. See, so they had to bundle that in order to flip it. Where's that coming? All right. All right, so here we go. So you got that under the bundle. All right, guys. So for those, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that like button. It helps keep this the content moving forward and getting in front of the right people and sharing valuable information before people actually make a decision to buy a truck. You know, it has to be a very calculated move. Nevertheless, it's always a risk. However, without any risk, you guys know the story. There's no reward. Um, and at the end of the day, like to Mike's point on the comment, most trucks will last if you properly maintain them. And at the end of the day, that is that. You know, and and the other thing too, a lot of these newer bad boys, everything is going to be automatic, or for most part, is coming out automatic. I do see some guys holding on to, we just onboarding an individual, very nice looking truck, 18 speed and all that. He had a couple trucks for some time, but he did have some issues finding some drivers for his second truck. And when he did, the guy wrecked his had to change the transmission. So not everybody could do that, because I think a lot of these people that are graduating as it goes evolving, all those major players that are out there, that the schools and all that have the schools within the trucking company, everything is going to automatic. And I think part of that is because they're looking to gain market share on the people that can join trucking. And so you're going to have a greater pool of people if it's automatic, and it's a lot less scary for people than to they're going to be thinking they're going to jump into an 18 speed or something like that. So I think that's the theory behind that, and make it easier. And there you go. So now you got more people going to school, and that's the way it is. And I actually see a lot of licenses now that have that restriction. It's no manual transmission. um, and you can get lit up for actually driving a manual and not actually having that having that on the license. Yeah, we got a comment, Mike, good advice, by Michael Benton to Mike. Good advice. These trucks are our tools to provide a living. The truck should be a priority. No truck, no money. Maintenance fund is a must. Yep. And talking about that maintenance fund, yes, thank you for bringing that up, Michael. What we do is, obviously it's voluntarily, but guys can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. Obviously, 5% being on the aggressive side. And just put it away into an escrow, a maintenance escrow. And what that does is that maintenance fund just goes building, out of sight, out of mind, and it's just building and building and building. So what do you guys suggest? How much? We do it on a percentage base, just because it's easier. But what would you say per mile? What would you put away per mile on the on for maintenance? What do you do, David? How much do you put away per mile? Sam Motors, what do you do? How much you putting away per mile for maintenance? So let's see what they say, and then we'll compare notes. So yeah, so that maintenance fund was actually created. Kind of a funny story. It's an owner operator. We're always here to listen. Requested it because, again, he's like, man, the financial discipline, once it hits the house, it's harder to save, and you dip into it, and he needed it to make sure that nobody could touch it. So he just, we created that program for him, and it just took off, and we have a few participants that do that, and it's and it works out for them. So that's always good to have that feature. But again, if you have the self discipline and you can do it on your own, hey, that's cool too. Just make sure you're doing it. That's the key point here, is that make sure that you are doing that. Yeah, that preventive maintenance is one of the biggest things that is out there, guys. So stay ahead of that. Could take a lot of people out. Hold on one second here. All right, guys. So again, if you're looking for a good partnership, we have it all, ready and able to help you out. So do please give us a call. 863-342-5171. We got plate program. As a matter of fact, both our guys in orientation yesterday needed plates. We got it all done for them within one day, and they actually loaded out. So It's about that fast track approval program, an orientation that is effective, no BS in it. It's not going to take 2, 3, 4 days inside of an orientation, wasting valuable time and resources. It's about being effective, efficient, and getting to the point, which is making money safely, obviously, and within compliance. It all could be done. It's just a matter of being diligent and having the team behind you to support that. And that's what we offer here. So if you're looking for that type of partnership, it's 863-342-5171. Give us a call and we will help you out right away. All right. And also like, share, subscribe, smash that like button and that bell icon. It will get you notifications when our videos are dropping. All right. So another reason, like even when they're talking about like repealing like those ELD mandates, like that's not one of the biggest hurdles with something like that is also just think about it, all the technology that's evolving, all the technology that's pushing forward, AI, all that stuff, automations and things of that nature. That would just be a step backwards in that arena where it would just would never fly. There's just way too much technology in this industry already for something like that to go backwards. You just won't do it. It's not going to work. But again, what's your opinion, guys? Obviously it's getting presented, but does that even mean anything? All right, guys. No feedback from my man David. I think he fell asleep. And so did Sam Motors. Come on, guys. What are you guys saving per mile for the maintenance? Unless he's got his calculator out running math right now. Come on, man. How much do you think is a good number to put away per mile for your maintenance? What's a good kind of average? How many cents per mile should you be putting away for a maintenance fund? Or what do you do? Come on, guys. There's only 6 likes, 10 people in there. I could get a few more. Help the algorithm put this in front of people. Come on, guys. Let me get a couple more likes. All right, guys. So no comments here. However, make sure you're putting away something. That's the key point of that. I would start with a minimum of 2% of what you're grossing, um, and then that way you're actually going to get something and start that maintenance account so you have something. That way, if it does happen, you're in better position as you have nothing. So the idea is to always start. So start putting away something for that maintenance reserve, because it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter how good that truck looks. It doesn't matter how good it's running at that moment. Trucks do need some love, and they have to take care of it. All right, here we go. Last year, he realized that 10 to 12% of the gross of the truck. So here you go. 10 to 12%, guys. So there you go. But again, it's a necessary reserve, right? Because that is the business. If you get caught up that it's oh man, 10%, but without allocating that 10% to that truck for that maintenance, there's nothing. It all goes away. It disappears. So you have to have this in order to stay in the game. That is the most important part of your business. Uh, oh, So some people think that's an aggressive number, and others don't. But here we go. But the idea, guys, do something. So for anybody on a fleet, make sure that you're putting money away for that rainy day and so forth. Uh, so here we go. All right, guys, got to get to that day job. That is the show for today. in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Please drop comments below. Let us know what type of topics you guys want to hear. Any kind of questions. If I don't have the answer, we will get them for you. But again, the platform is to share experiences and challenges across the board so others can learn from it. Especially because we have a lot of first-time owner operators buying, subscribing and watching this content in order to get moving. So it's going to help these guys make educated decisions and hopefully not make the same mistakes that a lot of us tenured people have made and learned the hard way. So here we go. All right. Oh, got it in the comments. 25 cents per mile. Here you go for the maintenance, the compliance doctor. There you go. That's a pretty cool name, the compliance doctor. All right, my people. So without further ado, I thank everybody for being on. I will see you guys tomorrow. And remember, like, share, subscribe, and get this content in front of other individuals who are like-minded and also looking to purchase a truck. Or if you are an owner operator looking for a better opportunity, you got to give us a call at 863-342-5171. We are here to help. Melvin said, "What do I mean by maintenance? The dealer said the truck would pay for itself." Sounds like you got a good salesman, man. That would be good. A maintenance-free truck. Yeah. So here we go, man. At least we keep it. Hey, if you don't laugh about it, you're gonna go crazy. So right, yeah. So that's a good one. That's probably the best comment all day. Thank you, Melvin. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man. All right, guys. So before you head out, before I head out, please smash that like button. I got 10 people up in there and only 7 likes. So whoever hasn't, please hit that like button, and it helps the channel in a great deal. We would appreciate that. Remember, nobody's sending us checks. Not Lone Mountain. Nobody sends us checks, man. Just bills. So we need some help. All right, everybody have a blessed day. Be safe. Drive safe. We will talk soon. All right, my people.